The World Cup match that started a war. Imagine watching a football match. Your team loses. Fans get angry. People argue online. But what if a football match helped trigger a real war? It sounds impossible. Yet, in 1969, a World Cup qualifying match between El Salvador and Honduras became linked to a conflict that shocked the world. This is the incredible story of the football war. The year was 1969. Both El Salvador and Honduras were fighting for a place in the 1970 FIFA World Cup. For both nations, football was more than a game. It was a matter of national pride. The rivalry began during the World Cup qualifiers. The first match was played in Honduras. The atmosphere was hostile. Fans taunted the visiting team throughout the night. Reports claimed that players struggled to sleep because of the noise outside their hotel. Honduras won the match 1-0 with a late goal. The victory sent their fans into celebration. But things were only getting started. A week later, the second match took place in El Salvador. Now it was Honduras' turn to face intense pressure. Their players were met with angry crowds and hostile fans. This time, El Salvador won convincingly, 3-0. The two countries had each won one match. A deciding playoff would be needed. Tensions were rising fast. Newspapers in both countries published emotional stories. National pride was at stake. The football rivalry was becoming much bigger than football. On June 27, 1969, the deciding match was played in Mexico City. Thousands of fans watched as El Salvador defeated Honduras 3-2 after extra time. El Salvador qualified for the next stage of World Cup qualification. Their fans celebrated wildly. But political tensions between the two nations were already boiling beneath the surface. There were long-standing disputes over immigration, land ownership, and economic issues. The football matches didn't create these problems. Those issues had existed for years. However, the intense rivalry surrounding the games helped inflame emotions on both sides. Only weeks after the playoff match, military conflict broke out between the two countries. The fighting lasted about 100 hours. Because the war happened shortly after the World Cup qualifiers, many people began calling it the Football War. The name spread around the world. But here's the important thing. Football didn't actually cause the war by itself. The real causes were political, economic, and social tensions that had been building for years. The matches simply became a symbol of a much deeper conflict. Still, the story remains one of the most astonishing moments in football history. Imagine a World Cup qualifier becoming so emotional that it is remembered alongside an international conflict. Today, the football war stands as a reminder of how powerful sport can be. Football can unite people. It can inspire millions. But sometimes, it can also reflect divisions that already exist within society. And that is why the 1969 World Cup qualifier between El Salvador and Honduras remains one of the most dramatic and unforgettable stories in World Cup history. If you enjoyed this football story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Did football start the war? Or was it simply caught in the middle of a conflict that was already waiting to happen?